Hello, and welcome back to the Kyle Davis Show. If you are really back, starts crying. Anyway, so here's something that's quite interesting. So Georgia recently passed. Georgia recently passed a bill stating that you cannot get an abortion past past heartbeat, like the heartbeat law. You cannot get an abortion past the time in which you can hear a baby's heartbeat. I think this is fantastic. Here's the reason. Conception begins when the egg and the sperm meet. That right there defines life. At that moment, the person has every single bit of all the chromosomes and DNA needed to grow and develop. That person becomes their own identity, and they have the ability to develop their own characteristics, their own personality. When the baby is born, it has been shown time and time again that the baby can identify its mother's voice and even its father's voice from outside the womb. And it takes probably 5 to 6 months for the baby to develop personality. Yeah. But it's still life. And abortion is meant to end that life. This is a good step in eradicating abortion. Now, this is what the idiotic moron Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said about this. Yes, she is stupid. She is a moron. And I know more about the government than she does. And she's in office. She makes the absolute worst decisions, and she does the absolute stupidest things. Just because you're in Congress doesn't make you smart. Anyway, here's what the moron said. I'm actually going to pause this for a sec. So she said, most of the men writing these bills don't know the first thing about a woman's body outside of the things they want from it. It's relatively common for a woman to be late on her period plus not be pregnant. So this is a backdoor ban. So this is the first part of what she said. She says most of the men writing these bills don't know. She basically is saying men don't know women's bodies. I agree with that. Men don't know women's bodies, and women don't know men's bodies. Plain and simple, men and women are different. But what this is an attack on men, specifically identity politics. Remember that we were talking about a little while back? What she's basically saying is no uterus, no opinion. You don't have a uterus, keep your mouth shut. But here's the deal. I don't need to be a woman to know that abortion is wrong. And I don't need to be a trucker to know this is going way too freaking slowly. Anyway, it's ridiculous. Your gender, sex, age, religion, for the most, maybe even religion, it doesn't dictate what's right and wrong. Those things don't dictate what is moral and what is unmoral. Black people shooting up white people doesn't make it any better than white people shooting up black people. Just because the act is shooting, and just because you're white or black or white, doesn't make it okay. You should be thrown in jail for shooting someone up, for shooting people, shooting whatever. You should, just because you're a woman and you shoot someone up, that doesn't make it any better either. But they're saying, though, you don't have an opinion because you're a man, which is absolute bullcrap. And that's what they're doing here, is identity politics. You're a man, stay in your corner. And then the women who say abortion is wrong, they're like, oh, you're completely against us. So I guess what she's getting at with the backdoor ban, actually I'm not sure what she's getting at. What the? That said I need to go in for an inspection. What the heck? What? I don't even care. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Way station's all the way over there. Not doing it. Oh, is it closed? I have no. Anyway. I guess the backdoor ban idea is just because she's upset that women can't have an abortion past the heartbeat plan. And she doesn't want men dictating what women can do. So here's the second part of what she says. If you were sexually assaulted, which can delay your cycle, or took a morning after pill, which can throw off the cycle, or have an irregular cycle, you'd have no idea. So here's the deal with rape, okay? I get that it goes, I get that women are embarrassed to say that they were raped, when in actuality, and this is a stigma that has been produced by the left, you should be ashamed for being raped, or that kind of thing. But in actuality, the woman should say, you know, I've been raped, this guy needs to be prosecuted. There's no, the confidence there's no confidence for saying that you were raped. This is secretive, thing you need to hide. And I'm completely against that. Men who rape women should be thrown in jail, no questions asked. So I get that women don't want to speak up if they were raped. I couldn't even imagine it. Obviously, I've said I'm a guy. I couldn't imagine that kind of situation happening to me. And so I'm going to say I would have no idea what I would do in that situation. However, I still am going to say abortion is wrong, and abortion does kill a human life. If you disagree with me, fine, but look it up, do some Google searching of your own, actually find what science community has said, which does state that life begins at conception. That's what science has said, but the media, the mass media, is not going to say that because it goes against their feelings. And facts don't care about your feelings. Anyway, but here's the deal. I think it's as soon as a week now, we can see if as soon as a week, we can see if you're actually pregnant. And women who are raped should undergo counseling and therapy and that kind of thing. Now I can actually look this up, but I don't remember how long it is for a heartbeat. I think it may be 6 weeks. I want to say 6 weeks. I don't remember how long it takes for a visible heartbeat. It's not a lot of time at all. And it's well within the first trimester of pregnancy. I just don't remember. I should have looked it up before I started the video. But it's not a lot of time. And we can tell if you're pregnant within the first week. So if a woman's been raped, then she should immediately go to doctors and be checked and evaluated, for probably the first week or two, if not 3, to see if she was impregnated or that kind of thing. So anyway, there's that thing. And here's what, all this other stuff, she's not necessarily moronic yet, not necessarily a moron, but I think she's stupid. Claiming identity politics is stupid. Saying that you're a man and you shouldn't have, what the heck? Oh, well, okay. Anyway, you shouldn't, just because you're a man doesn't mean you can't have an opinion. It's stupid. Okay, so here's where the moron comes in. This is why I'm going to call her a complete and utter moron, idiotic moron. She says, in context of the Georgia heartbeat abortion law, she says, there are a ton, emphasis on ton now, there are a ton of ways this law ignores basic biology. Think about that. I'm going to say it again. There are a ton of ways this law ignores basic biology. How? How? This doesn't ignore biology at all. It's recognizing that a heartbeat happens and that we're trying to reduce the amount of abortions because abortion kills. Abortion is meant to end. It's meant to murder a human life. Abortion ends biology. Abortion, if anything, ignores biology. Again, facts don't care about your feelings. I can't even comprehend her stupidity. Abortion doesn't ignore. Trying to eradicate abortion doesn't ignore biology. It forces people to think before what they do. So if you can't have an abortion, if you don't want a baby, don't have sex. Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, here's the problem. Sex and the sex part, the gonads, whatever, they are meant for reproduction. That's what I'm thinking of. The reproductive system is meant to reproduce. You know, you can use condoms and birth control and whatever else, but it is meant to reproduce. You're blocking the functions that the reproductive system were meant to be. So if there's a baby, that's your fault. And I am really not sorry that you can't get an abortion because you don't want that child. Alright, well, sorry this was a longer video, but, you know. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like this video, waste your time watching other videos, comment if you want, and see you next time. Bye.